and welcome. I'm Hrish, co-founder and CEO of SuperWorld, a virtual world in augmented reality where creativity and entrepreneurship come together on one decentralized platform. From the Empire State Building to the Sydney Opera House to some of the more obscure places on Earth, in SuperWorld, our world is yours. Yours to buy, yours to sell, yours to create, and yours to explore. SuperWorld is mapped on top of the real world to create over 64 billion unique plots of land, with each plot measuring roughly 100 meters by 100 meters of real-world space. To give you an idea, one plot of SuperWorld AR real estate is about the size of Yankee Stadium. Ready to get started? Find land to cultivate for its strategic real estate location as a digital asset or that holds sentimental value for you. Buying and selling virtual real estate in SuperWorld is easy, as all transactions take place securely on the Ethereum blockchain, and every plot of land is represented by a non-fungible token on the ERC 721 standard. Personalize your world in AR through interactive 3D objects, animation, photos, videos, and text to truly make a world of your own. Ready to find your peace on Earth? Join us in SuperWorld.
Hello everybody. It's another week and another episode of the SuperWorld show. My name is Marta, and today together with our CEO and co-founder Hrish, we're going to introduce you to SuperWorld, and we're also going to discuss how can you revolutionize or just take your community to the next level together with SuperWorld. So we're very excited to see all of you guys as always. And yeah, Hrish, would you like to say a quick hello?
Hey everyone, it's great to be here. I'm always excited to talk to everyone on our SuperWorld show live every week. Today this is going to be a really fun topic because we have so many different things, products that have come out very recently, as well as things that we're doing to start very globally and locally energizing our communities. We're covering the surface of the earth, and we have virtual real estate owners and super citizens all over the world. And we're really excited about now releasing some tools and ways that they can start kind of coming together in all of those locations as well. So we're going to talk about a lot of stuff tonight. But that's one area we're really excited about. And, obviously the topic of tonight's webinar, Revolutionizing Global Digital Communities, which, again, this is just the start of this process. But I think what's going to be really exciting is the ability to activate and to be able to create experiences very globally and have our communities in each one of those locations to be able to help kind of promote and help build a lot of the different content and activations that will happen in SuperWorld everywhere in real world locations. So this is really connected to the products we're launching, as well as some of the tools that we have, such as Discord and Telegram, and our latest platform we've launched on, which is our community on WhatsApp and Nas.io. So we'll talk about that too tonight.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Hrish. And as always, for the new faces, I would ask you to say a few words about yourself and your background.
Yeah, thanks. Just for everyone who might be new and might not know my background, I'm happy to kind of give you the perspective and kind of walk you through how we, came to start SuperWorld. So my career has taken me from management consulting to investment banking. I worked on Wall Street in New York. I was at UBS Investment Bank. Started off in real estate investment banking. Have experience with physical real estate and infrastructure. It didn't know at the time that one day I would help, create a create the category of virtual real estate. But I come from a strong real estate background. Also did mergers and acquisitions and coverage investment banking at HSBC in New York. Worked in venture capital in New York at Spencer Trask Ventures. Worked for an amazing guy named Adam Stern, who's actually one of our investors at SuperWorld. Learned a lot about the venture capital business from him, and then had this idea to go to Eastern Europe. And originally it started off with just an idea to go to the emerging markets somewhere. Ended up going all over Eastern Europe in 2009. And ended up starting a venture capital fund with a couple of other partners in Ukraine in 2011 called East Labs. Also involved on the board of Tech Minsk in Minsk, Belarus. And then after that, early employee, first biz dev at TopTal, which is a talent marketplace backed by Andreessen Horowitz. Helped build and grow and scale TopTal while I was there in the business development role. And then previous to SuperWorld, I started Rogue Initiative Studios. I co-founded that. My co-founder had produced Call of Duty, Modern Warfare series, and Ghosts. And my other production partner there is Michael Bay, the action director. And so what we learned from Rogue Initiative is, a Michael Bay movie and a Call of Duty game are really, both made in engines, Unreal Engine, Unity Engine. You can really make any type of content in an engine. And what happened was, about 6 years ago, Pokemon Go came out, and you had all these people running around the world looking for Pokemon. And we thought, you know what? Why can't it be whatever you want it to be? In other words, how could we enable anyone to have the tools to create, discover, and monetize content in real world locations? In other words, how could we enable anyone to be able to build a virtual world on top of the real world based on what they loved? And so that was the vision of SuperWorld that my co-founder Max Woon and I started back in 2017 when we were inspired by Pokemon Go. And then we added Web3 to that. So, again, we divided Earth into 64 billion properties of virtual real estate. And I'll talk more about that. But that was the vision and kind of how the background that I had led to founding SuperWorld.
Perfect. Thank you, Hrish. Oh, I'm sorry. I could hear myself for a second. I hope it didn't disrupt anybody. And about today's session. So, of course, first of all, we're going to talk about SuperWorld. Hrish already gave us a lot of interesting insights. However, we'll also follow the introduction of SuperWorld with a short demo. And we'll also present to you special offers of the week and also related to the topic of the week. And later we're going to give you all the ideas, all the tips, and all the important updates about what can you do with SuperWorld to grow your own community or to thrive also together with SuperWorld, because we're all building this together. And in the end, we're going to have your favorite, as always, Q&A. In the meantime, I can see already some familiar faces, also some new faces. So I'm really happy to see you guys. I'm really happy that you're saying us hello in the chat. And if you guys have any questions, please feel free to drop them during our session or in the end during the Q&A. I'm going to save all of these questions and they're going to be answered. So be patient, and all your questions are going to be answered during our Q&A session. And in the meantime, if you guys want, you can, as always, tell us where are you watching us from. So please feel free, go ahead and do this. I am here in Berlin currently. You are in Spain, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, perfect. Yes, let's talk about what is SuperWorld, Hrish. It's a big topic, but let's introduce people. Is my connection stable? Just wanted to ask you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, great. So please, Hrish, go ahead. Tell us about SuperWorld, show us the demo, do your thing.
Yeah, so SuperWorld is a virtual world mapped on top of the real world. And, we have a basically kind of three analogies that kind of best explain what SuperWorld is. So I'll start with the first analogy. It's Pokemon Go. And we were inspired by Pokemon Go, as I said earlier. And we thought, how could we enable anyone to create, discover, and monetize content anywhere in real world locations? And so what we enable you to do at SuperWorld is to create and upload any type of content: 3D, 2D, audio, photos, videos, any type of content, 360 photos, 360 videos. This could be AR, VR, it doesn't matter, right? So anyone can create anything anywhere and place that content in real world locations. And so the first analogy is Pokemon Go. And it's important to understand that you have a world, I have a world, brands have worlds. There's an infinite number of filters on the world, unlimited, right? So anyone can create a world. The second analogy is Foursquare. It's a data analogy. On the data side, what we're working on is what I call live to earn, which is the idea of how can we bring tokenomics into your real life so you can actually do the things that you love to do in the real world, in the physical world, right? Or virtually as well. So how could we incentivize you or give you benefits to do things that you enjoy doing, things that you love? And then another part of our mission at SuperWorld is what we want to do is we want to build a life enhancing platform, not a life escaping platform. So SuperWorld's all about how can we enhance your real life, your physical life. There's a really famous documentary that came out called Social Dilemma, which I talk a lot about. But, the idea is that we really want to build a world that gets you out there in the real world, gets you out there doing things. So that's our mission. And I think that's a big differentiation for us. Is again, we want to leverage these technologies, but we want to leverage these technologies to get you there in the physical world. So, and don't get me wrong, you can go as virtual as you want in SuperWorld, but again, that's our mission, is to again enhance your physical life. And then the other part of it is how can we collectively build a decentralized world that enhances humanity? Can we use this technology to positively impact the physical world? So we've partnered with the World Bank in the Caribbean. We had tribes in the Amazon jungle create digital art in the Amazon. But the idea is, can we build a decentralized virtual world that actually improves humanity and enhances humanity? And that's where, community is going to be a really big part of the discussion tonight as well. And the communities around the world that are part of SuperWorld enable this. Now, the third analogy is monopoly. We've taken the surface of the earth and we've divided it into 64 billion virtual plots of virtual real estate covering Earth. Each one is a geospatial media asset, 0.01, 0.01 longitude, latitude covering Earth. And as an owner of one of those, each one costs about $50 to buy right now, about 100 Matic. And as an owner of those, you can activate monetization in that location, from advertising, e-commerce, digital commerce, data analytics, gaming, DeFi. And so again, we want to enable anyone to become a stakeholder in real world locations, right? So you can, again, buy virtual real estate in places that you love, places maybe that you have a business, places you grew up in. This week we have an offer in New York, which I'll talk about, but anywhere in the world is available. You just come over to SuperWorld and you click on the map and you can buy virtual real estate anywhere in the world and become a stakeholder. And on top of all this, we're adding applications and again, really focused on real world utility. And last week we just launched our internal currency. It's called SuperWorld X. That allows you to transact in SuperWorld, whether it's buying real estate or very soon interacting with brands. SuperWorld X will really power the whole ecosystem. And very soon we'll also enable peer-to-peer selling of products and other types of experiences. So we're very excited about that. SuperWorld X is very new. So if you haven't yet gotten any, I highly recommend just coming over to SuperWorld. And you can do anything you want in SuperWorld pretty much, and you'll earn SuperWorld X too. So even just coming to the website every day, going to the map, searching around. We have a daily like raffle every day where you can earn SuperWorld X. So we want to use SuperWorld X to incentivize different behaviors and different interactions with brands that you love in SuperWorld. So very excited about that as that rolls out. And again, I think I'll show off a bit of SuperWorld for everyone. Should I do that now, Marta?
Yeah. And now let's briefly show a demo. We're also going to be sharing the screen later as well to show some specific features for not just for a general overview.
Okay, great. So, this is the map of SuperWorld when you get in. We zoomed in on New York. Actually, this week we're celebrating New York and highlighting New York. So, if you are a fan of New York City, this is a great week to buy virtual real estate in New York. It's New York Tech Week. But how this works is, you come here, you can see that, there's about 400 properties that have already been purchased there in this area.
Hrish?
Yeah.
I also want to highlight that it's actually a very popular area. So if somebody really likes New York, we noticed that it's pretty, it goes out pretty fast. So also like an information for you guys.
Yeah. New York is definitely one of the most popular areas in the world. So if you're a fan of New York, this is a great week to buy in New York, just because we have we're highlighting New York and we have our New York City promotion this week. So great time to come over and buy up a neighborhood in New York City. So how it works is, again, you can click on any plot here. Anything in blue, you'd have to make an offer on because it's already purchased. Anything that is not colored, so if I click here, it's 100 Matic, about $52. And then if you look here, anything that's in orange, it's repriced. So you can relist your properties once you buy them. You don't have to. You can just leave them blue, and maybe people would give you offers on them as well. So that's kind of how that works. And every one of those interactions that you do, you'll earn SuperWorld X. We partnered with Sports Illustrated. So they've added 250,000 events to SuperWorld, right? So I'll show you something cool. So if I come here and I click on the map here and I see an event at Gramercy Theater, it looks like a rock concert, right? And I go and I buy tickets to this event. But Marta, our friend, is the owner of the plot of land where the Gramercy Theater is, which is right here. And it seems like there's 2 more plots available. She will also monetize from those ticket sales. And so what's really cool is that I can go to a live concert. I can buy a ticket to a live concert. And if Marta is a fan of this venue, or maybe a fan of the music or the concerts that are held in that venue, she can actually own these plots of virtual real estate covering those locations and be able to activate monetization from, in this case, from live and virtual ticket sales. And that's an example of one filter of the world. Now, very soon, very, very soon, we're launching what's going to be called Worlds, which is going to enable any brand or user to create a world, just like Sports Illustrated has done here. And that's coming very soon. So we're very excited about that. And then one final thing I'll show you is that you can also create content that I talked about. So you can add augmented reality content anywhere in the world, and this content can be viewed in a real world location. So if you're there in the real world, you can see this content, but you can also be able to view this content on the screen on desktop. And also go into a 3D environment and see it as well. So any type of content, AR, VR, audio, 3D, 360 content, any type of content can be added into real world locations. You're selling a digital asset or an NFT, you can place that in real world locations. So all kinds of stuff. This is some of the stuff that was placed for the Ukraine invasion to support Ukraine. But, again, collections and communities is definitely one of the things that a lot of people put. And again, what's coming out very soon is worlds, where now every user or brand will have their own world of the map, similar to what Sports Illustrated has done.
Perfect. Thanks, Hrish. Let's bring the presentation up again. Perfect. So this was about the SuperWorld itself. And let's dive into the offers of the week. So the first offer that we would like to talk about is the New York offer.
So every week we highlight a new city in the world, right? And the reason we do that is we have so many super citizens who love so many places in the world. And that's the beauty of the world, is regardless of where in the world you're talking about, there's people who love those places. And New York City, as you mentioned, is one of the most beloved places in the world. So many amazing locations there in the real world. And this week is New York Tech Week, which is a really awesome week of tech conferences and events. So first of all, you can come to SuperWorld and you can see all the things that are happening on our events tab or in the Sports Illustrated tab, and see all the sports or New York Tech Week events that are happening. And then, it's a great week to buy virtual real estate in New York. So if you're a fan of New York, you can come over, use bulk buy, and you can buy 20 properties in New York City, and you'll get 15 properties anywhere in the world, or buy 3 properties in New York City this week and get 2 properties anywhere in the world. So if you have not jumped into SuperWorld, New York City is an amazing place to start. And so it's a really special week. And again, celebrating New York Tech Week this week.
And I also have to say this is the only opportunity to buy real estate in New York these days at such a price.
Yeah, that's right. I'm a longtime New York City resident, and New York City real estate is definitely pricey. The beauty of virtual real estate is, again, you're able to get a city block of virtual real estate in SuperWorld for about $50, $52. So it's a steal. But also the interesting thing is, as I mentioned, virtual real estate connects to the real world. We're bringing in SuperWorld your physical life and your virtual life together. And, that's the vision, is as you think of virtual real estate, and you start learning more about it, you start realizing that the things that are happening in the physical world are linked to that virtual real estate. And I showed you one example with events related to Sports Illustrated, but there's going to be lots and lots of examples as we launch worlds where we enable real world, physical world utility in a real world location. So buying tickets to a theater, buying tickets to an event, or being able to maybe even buy food, or get a car. So the idea is, the virtual world and your physical life come together, and that's going to be really exciting.
The next offer is the super offer.
Yes. So we have a super offer for first-time customers. Buy your first plot in SuperWorld and get benefits worth $1,100. I love that cat. It's a very surprised-looking cat. Very, very excited. This offer allows you to, first of all, get a bonus plot. So if you hadn't bought one in SuperWorld, you can buy it anywhere in the world. So if you're like, hey, you know what? I love New York, but I want to buy one in my home city or wherever that is, you can buy your first plot in SuperWorld using this offer. You'll get a bonus plot anywhere in the world. And then you get benefits worth around $1,100. So a digital twin consultation with us, You'll be able to access SuperWorld School, which is moving to our new platform, Nas.io community. You'll be able to get access to other events we're holding. And, the exciting thing is that what we're building is this gateway into these technologies, and virtual real estate is the start of that. So we're excited to offer the super offer, which is always a great way to join in. So if you haven't gotten a plot yet in SuperWorld, this is a really easy way to do that.
And also we have a special offer for the opening of the group. Sorry. I really like the grandma that I've added here, because she's like also very excited at Nas.io group, and I wanted to kind of give people the idea of the energy that we want to bring into this group. Very colorful, powerful, and creative. So yeah, you can also get 1000 SWX, but please, Hrish, I don't want to interrupt you.
No, that was great. I love the grandma. Very exciting. Basically, if you are in the audience listening to this and you have WhatsApp, we wanted to create an integration where you can use WhatsApp, because currently we're on Discord and Telegram and, Twitter, X now, and, other platforms, Facebook and YouTube, etc. There's so many users out there that have WhatsApp. And there's so many people in the world that want to communicate on WhatsApp. And so we launched a new community with our friends at Nas.io, and it's the SuperWorld community integrated with WhatsApp. So there should be a QR code there. So if you have WhatsApp, scan that. And if you get into the community, so sign up and then invite a friend who also joins, and then drop us an email and we'll send you 1,000 SWX. And that's, redeemable for a plot of land, or you can keep it for other stuff too in SuperWorld. So it's a really easy way to earn some SWX. It's also, if you are already in the community or you're a diplomat, a great, awesome way to bring your friend in. And then, your friend can do the same, by the way. So you invite a friend in, tell them to invite a friend, and they'll also earn 1,000 SWX. So I think we're doing that for the first 100 members. Yes. In the group. So definitely take advantage of that. If you're listening and you have WhatsApp, jump into our Nas.io group, and then you can communicate with each other. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff on WhatsApp. So excited about this community.
Yeah. Also, the email is also given in the group, in the post. There's a post pinned on top of the group, and you will see exactly there all the steps a bit more in detail. Here we of course had to make it a bit easier for the presentation. But yeah, most important thing is that you scan this QR code. Okay, so the next part of the session is the most important one, which is us discussing the topic of community and SuperWorld, starting with how people can build their community together with SuperWorld.
Yeah, so there's a variety of ways that, as we are working to build a virtual world that enhances your life, there's a variety of ways that we're enhancing community builders. So if you're a community builder out there, you have Global Real Estate, Ted, thanks for joining the WhatsApp. I saw that message. Thank you, and invite your friend to get the 1,000 SWX. Thank you. So there's a variety of ways for community builders to get involved in SuperWorld. And, the first way is that you can start publishing content in real world locations. So we have a map interface, and again, you can publish 3D, 2D, audio, VR, AR, any type of content in real world locations. You can publish a link in real world locations, right? So creating content is a really big part of SuperWorld. And this is the number one way that if you have a community, you can start placing that content in specific locations and then sharing that, whether on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or whatever platform you want. You can start sharing that content in other places, and then people can click on it and zoom in on the SuperWorld map, and you could see it in that real world location. So that's number one, publishing content.
One second.
There you go. You got it.
Yeah.
So the other thing, with the launch of our SuperWorld currency, SuperWorld X, we'll call it SWX, we're creating the ability for you to reward your community members with SWX tokens, right? So we're doing that at SuperWorld, but we also want to enable you to do that at SuperWorld as well. So we're going to be building in more and more mechanisms for you to reward your community to come to activate content or come to events or do things that you're interested in doing in locations around the world with your community. So SWX tokens can be purchased in SuperWorld, and you can use those to reward your community members for different actions. And then you can let us know, and we'll happily partner with you as well, using our SWX tokens to help them discover your brand or discover your community. We'd love to do that. So SWX rewards are a way for benefiting super citizens and users of SuperWorld to go to real world locations, to discover content, to maybe go and activate something at a business in the physical world or virtually. So SWX is really going to, really empower a lot of activity, physical and virtual, in real world locations with businesses, with brands, with not-for-profit entities and groups. So we're really excited about this mechanism to get people to do things with each other, with their passion and with their things that they love in places in the real world, physical and virtual, coming together using SWX.
Okay, now let's move to the creation of virtual events with SA tickets.
Yep. So any event can be created live or virtually in SuperWorld in any location in the world. So right now we could have this webinar and I could place it in Times Square if we wanted to, right? And we could sell tickets, right? So if you're doing a Zoom call or a presentation, or you're doing a class and you want to create a virtual event, you can place that event on the map anywhere in a real world location. And most likely a lot of people would want to place that maybe where they own virtual real estate, to get more and more eyes on virtual real estate that they own, right? So that's virtual. And then, if you want to create a live event as well, you can do that. And it doesn't have to be paid tickets. It could be free tickets. And on the live event, you'll also get a QR code. You can walk in and, process that through to the event in person. And all of this is with our partnership with SI Tickets by Sports Illustrated. And again, a big part of that is any event that you create, whether it's live or virtual, will also appear on the SI Tickets website. So SI Tickets will be promoting it to all of their community as well. So if you create an event on SuperWorld, it will take you to SI Tickets. You'll create that event. The event will appear on the SuperWorld map in a specific location, wherever you designate, and it'll appear on SuperWorld and SI Tickets. And if there are people that are buying tickets there to that event, and you own virtual real estate in the location where the event tickets are being sold, you're going to monetize on those ticket sales as well as a virtual real estate owner in SuperWorld. So that walks you through kind of the cycle of how that works with SI tickets. The next thing that you can do in SuperWorld is to create a business profile. And if you're into SEO for your business, you have a website, and it doesn't matter what type of your business you're in. It doesn't have to be related to technology. You could be an accountant. You could be a lawyer. You could be a doctor. You could be running a plumbing business. Literally, the type of business doesn't matter. You can come to SuperWorld. You can place your business anywhere in the world. You tell us where you want to be. And so regardless of where you are, you might even just be totally virtual as a business. You don't have an office, but if you want your office to be right in downtown New York City, or you want your office to be, in the suburbs somewhere of your city, anywhere you want, there's a map of SuperWorld. You can place your business anywhere on the map. And you can also acquire virtual real estate in that location. And you can also build a digital twin, which I'll get to in a second there too. So business profiles is a great way of increasing the SEO of your business. And we've already seen dramatic benefits from our users. So we're going to be releasing case studies about what creating a business profile can do for you. Yep. Building a digital twin is also another way of, building your community. If you have a real world office or location or a piece of real estate, what we want to do is enable you to build a digital twin of that location, maybe a replica of that physical building, as well as to house all of your data. And next week, we are having our partner Magma on the webinar on the SuperWorld show next week live. And we're going to go into how do you build a digital twin and a digital twin token with our friend Matthew, who's the CEO of Magma. So excited about talking about digital twins. But this is really a strong interest for many of those of you that are in the SuperWorld community, because you bought virtual real estate in specific locations because you have maybe a physical real estate in that location. Maybe you have a store, maybe you have a building, some reason where you bought that virtual real estate in that location, and building a digital twin for a lot of you is that reason. So we're excited to have Matthew on next week with us, and we'll go into that relationship and partnership with Magma, and they are doing amazing, wonderful work in this area. And so if you're in the commercial real estate industry and you have just heard about this, join us next week at this time on the SuperWorld show live, and we'll have Matthew from Magma showing you how you can get into SuperWorld, create a digital twin, have the data from your service providers, be able to really frictionlessly interact with service providers because of that data, and be able to also document all the other things you're doing. Maybe it's environmental things that you're doing to benefit your property. And really, this really adds a lot of value to a piece of commercial real estate by having a digital twin. And finally, which I'm really excited about, is building your world. So what we've shown you so far in SuperWorld is everyone's world is all in one map. So if I add content right now, my content is on a map, and there's lots of other content on that map. Now, very soon, we're going to be launching our worlds feature. And Worlds is going to enable any user or brand to create their own map of the world in SuperWorld, similar to what we've done with Sports Illustrated. And so if I'm traveling somewhere, going to New York or London or Paris, anywhere in the world, you could say, Hrish, check out my world. And I can come to SuperWorld and I can look around in your world. And if I'm in a real world location, maybe you've left me something right next to the Eiffel Tower, and I can pull out my phone and see that content you've left me specifically for me in your world. Or I can interact with something you want me to buy, and any interaction that I'm doing in your world, you benefit from as well, and you can monetize from. And so this is a way of sharing content and activations using immersive tech, Web3, and AI in real world locations, but very curated and personalized for exactly what you want me to experience in your world. And so Worlds is going to be really amazing. I'm so excited about launching Worlds, and it's coming very soon. And it'll become the centerpiece of SuperWorld, and in terms of brands and communities being able to create their own world in SuperWorld and starting to share and engage with content in other communities. And what's really cool is that you can bring content from other worlds into your world. I'm really excited about that. So if you're a fan of baseball or something and you're like, I'm going to bring those Yankees events into my world so I can enable people to buy tickets to that, or maybe a friend's artwork into your world, we want you to be able to share content from other worlds into your world too.
I'm also super excited about this feature, and I really cannot stress enough how much potential this feature has for communities and for people that want to create social impact. Creating the means to show each other's perspectives, because also, especially in today's world, we can see how much misunderstanding there is, miscommunication in the world that causes so many people hurt and divides us. And I do believe that with the worlds, the worlds will give us another way for us to connect and understand each other better and build more empathy amongst each other.
Yeah, no, I'm very excited about it because there's just going to be so many different ways that worlds can be utilized. And as the product evolves, I think there's things that we're not even thinking about. And I'm excited about, SuperWorld X being able to enable, users and prospective customers to interact in these worlds. You earn SuperWorld X already when you can build a digital twin. Well, maybe there's other products, for example, that a brand or a community organization is going to introduce that we can also utilize SuperWorld X to enable them to engage with audiences. And so we're excited about, bringing all of these technologies together to enable users and super citizens to do what they love and then collectively improve the world.
Okay, moving forward, because we have 15 minutes left before our Q&A session.
Mm-hmm.
We would like to now officially announce, which already more or less happened this week and during the session, the opening of our Nas.io community. But also we would like to tell you why we decided to go for this platform. We already mentioned what will be there, but just very briefly. So let's do it again.
Yeah. So, again, I think that what we were really interested in is, first of all, we're very close to the NAS community. We know Nusire there, and a lot of the people in that community, they're doing some amazing work. And the beauty of it is that platform is also integrated with WhatsApp. And, there's a lot of people out there who are WhatsApp users. I'm sure everyone who's listening to this has WhatsApp. And, I think there's a lot of people out there who may not be on Discord or Telegram or even Twitter, but they have WhatsApp. And so that was a big driver for us, is to get all of those WhatsApp users out there who want to use WhatsApp to communicate. I'm one of those, by the way. And, to enable anyone who's in Web 2 or Web 3 to be able to engage with our community. So would love to see you on the platform. We'll have a lot of educational content there. We'll do our posts there as well. We'll have some exclusive offers for that community. But we really wanted to attract anyone from Web 2 or Web 3 into SuperWorld through our new community on Nas.io. And just scan the QR code and join us and invite your friends. And if you invite a friend, you'll get 1,000 SWX.
Also, we have quite an exciting update this week on our Discord server.
Yeah, so as another piece of community news, one of the things that we've talked a lot about, which we're also launching soon, is the ability for you to get to know your neighboring landowners. So if you own virtual real estate in SuperWorld, let's say in New York, or you're a new virtual real estate owner in New York because you bought some this week, well, we want to get you to get to know all the other New Yorkers or those that are in your neighboring communities, right? And so we're going to start geo-localizing communities in Discord, and we're starting with continents, right? So we're starting really wide with continents, and then we'll start populating cities in the Discord groups, right? So if you own virtual real estate in New York City, obviously, then you would be part of the North American group, and then you'd be part of the New York City group. And that's all going to be token gated access. So we'll enable you to get into those groups if you own real estate in those locations. And that is coming really soon. But we're excited about that because what we want to do is, with the launch of Worlds, we're going to be able to very specifically activate different locations in the world with our community, as well as one of the things that we want to do as well is to start bringing together people in those communities physically as well. So that would be one of the things that we want to also make happen here is, again, we have a number of programs like the Diplomat program, where we have community leaders all over the world. And we want to be able to start activating those community leaders to be able to get their communities together, their virtual real estate landowners together, and to really to get involved in different experiences or different initiatives. I'll give you an example. So we have friends, one of our super citizens, Green Zone, who was on a couple of weeks ago. He does a lot of stuff in South Texas. Now, if we could get all the virtual real estate landowners in South Texas together and get them to activate one of his experiences and events that he does around recycling in South Texas, spread the word about those events, make more people, maybe attend those events or get involved virtually or physically. So we want to start kind of activating our communities globally, but at a very local level as well. So if you're a community leader, a community organizer, and you're listening to this and you haven't yet purchased virtual real estate in your community geographically, this is a good reason to do that. And you can take advantage of that super offer, and then join us on Discord, and you can be part of a community in your local area and help us kind of build your community out for whatever mission that you're interested in, right? There's so many different missions. I mentioned Green Zone and recycling, but it could be about, a specific business. It could be about an event. It literally could be about anything. So we'd love to hear from you. And if you have any ideas there as we start geo-localizing our community, please let me know. And if you don't know, we also have spaces for our community on X as well as on Telegram. So we're available all over the place in SuperWorld. So join that.
And also to
Discord.
Sorry?
I said, and also on Discord.
Yeah. The Discord we already mentioned before, and now you also have a chance to join our Telegram if you haven't before. And if you would like to join our Twitter group, send us a message on Twitter, and then we're going to add you to this group that actually originated from weekly Twitter Spaces.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the last part of the entire topic of community building. So just to explain to you what next steps are going to be is that we're going to brief again the offers, and then so we'll brief the offers. Sorry, I got distracted for a second. And then we're going to have the recap in the end, and the Q&A. So if you guys already have some questions, or you're planning on writing us some questions, feel free to do it already now. Write them on a piece of paper. But yeah, the Q&A is coming slowly, because we always know that you guys love to ask us lots of really interesting questions. So yeah, it's coming in a few minutes. So let's just do the recap for the ones that joined a bit later.
So every week we highlight a city. This week it's the New York offers. We're highlighting New York City. It's New York Tech Week. And so if you're in New York for New York Tech Week, or you love New York, used to live in New York, I used to live in New York, I love New York. This is a great week to buy virtual real estate in New York. Buy 20 plots in New York City and get 15 around the world for free. So it's a bonus 15 plots. So you get a total of 35 plots for buying that 20 plots. You can use bulk buy. If you've not used that feature, it's really great. It's on the screen on the left there, or on the bottom if you're on mobile. But you click bulk buy, and then you can just click all over. So you can go and literally buy up a neighborhood using that feature. Or you can buy 3 plots and get 2 bonus plots anywhere in the world. If you're a fan of New York, which I am, there's so many people out here that love New York City. And you brought it up, Marta, earlier, a lot of New York City. Manhattan is already bought up. So if you want to get some good spots in Manhattan, there's only going to be so much more of Manhattan left. So great time to take advantage of the New York offer this week. And if you're in New York for Tech Week, use the SuperWorld map to see what's going on, events, Sports Illustrated, sign up, RSVP for all the things happening in New York City this week. Super offer with the cat, which is very exciting. It's buy your first plot in SuperWorld, get a bonus plot anywhere in the world. And so the idea here is, if you have not bought a plot in SuperWorld yet, and this is your first time customer, this is a really easy way to get into SuperWorld. So plots go for about $52, 100-matic. You buy your first plot, you get a bonus plot. So you get 2 plots of virtual real estate in SuperWorld for about $52 or so in today's prices. But then on top of that, you get benefits of about $1,100. So you get our digital twin consultation. You get access to SuperWorld School. You get learnings about the metaverse and immersive tech and Web3 and AI. We have access to events once you get on board, as well as you get the bonus plot, as I mentioned, in SuperWorld. So very exciting. Come over to SuperWorld if you have not yet bought virtual real estate, and you may not want to buy in New York City, but you want to buy somewhere else in the world, maybe your house or your school or wherever that is. Super offer is a really great way to get involved. So that's an awesome way to join your journey into SuperWorld and get onboarded onto these technologies. And this is our offer to get you into our new Nas.io group. So this is, if you have WhatsApp, highly recommend getting into our Nas.io group. It's really easy. Just scan the QR code there, click in your WhatsApp, and you're in. And then if you invite a friend into our WhatsApp group and into Nas.io, we'll send you 1,000 SuperWorld X. And that is worth 1 plot of land in SuperWorld, or you can just keep it, and there's other things that you can use SuperWorld X for. So, 1,000 SuperWorld X for every person who comes in and invites your friends. So if you're using WhatsApp, highly recommend getting into the WhatsApp group. I'm on WhatsApp. I'm a big fan of WhatsApp, and Nas.io is a great community and platform. So excited to partner with them and to create a community there.
Yeah, so just like a detail, there are 2 different links. So now there is a QR code for the WhatsApp group, but if you already joined NAS, you will also get an invite to the WhatsApp group. So they are interconnected. You will not miss out on neither of the groups. Okay, so I guess that's it. Let's do a quick recap and the Q&A.
So the recap for today is there's a lot of things happening in SuperWorld. We've had a lot of announcements recently. There's a very big announcement coming up with Worlds, which I'm very excited about. And, there's a lot of ways to get involved in our community, creating content, creating a business profile, creating a digital twin, creating a world, which is coming soon. And so, those are all different ways to get involved. You can become a diplomat in SuperWorld from anywhere in the world. If you buy 5 properties of virtual real estate in SuperWorld, you become a diplomat. And then the other thing is that we're geo-localizing our Discord very soon. So if you own virtual real estate in specific locations, or you want to be part of certain groups, those will be token gated, but we want to bring the community together very geo-locally to activate events, to activate experiences, to activate worlds that are coming out, and also to get people together in the physical world, which I'm also really excited about. So if I'm like, hey, I'm going to Dubai, boom, right, you in the community, and I got all our Dubai virtual real estate owners in one chat that we can get on. So really excited about this. If you have ideas on how we can improve that, let me know. But we're excited about geo-localizing it, and we're excited about launching Worlds soon.
All right. So I noticed, I spotted one question during the session. So if you guys have some questions, please start dropping them now. There is a question from Alex. Will you have an SI representative on the show anytime soon?
Yeah, so we're scheduling that. We have to just coordinate with their team. So should happen soon. I think next week we're doing the show with Magma, so that's confirmed. The week after that, I'm not exactly sure if it's been announced yet, but we might have a show already kind of confirmed there or slotted for that, based on a product announcement that we're going to make, and maybe the week after that. So we just need to plan and coordinate that. But yeah, should be very soon. And they're doing a lot of amazing stuff at SI and SI Tickets. You might have seen they just launched a resort hotel. They just launched a restaurant group. So lots of exciting stuff coming from that brand. And we're very proud and honored to be partners with SI Tickets, and very, very exciting stuff going on over there. And they'll have some amazing announcements soon as well, as they always do have, amazing kind of events and things always happening at SI Tickets. And again, any tickets or any events that are created through Box Office are on the SuperWorld platform. So very excited to show you that, and then at some point in the near future have a SuperWorld show dedicated to our partnership with Sports Illustrated.
Okay, I did not see any more questions for now appearing in the chat. So I think that today, unusually, we had one question, but I mean that's also fine. I do also believe that next week is going to be a very, very chatty one. So it's good to, save some energies for the next session as well. So yeah, okay. And here's a question. I think there's always like a small delay in the stream. So having a bit more patience, I do believe pays off. How long before landowners can see SI tickets metrics based on events tickets sold on their SW plots, which in turn should equal monetization for said landowners?
Good question. So that should happen once a month, probably a few weeks out. But we're currently configured to get the feed from SI tickets once a month. So if you're an owner of virtual real estate, TechMental, and others out there, and you're promoting tickets being sold on your property, which highly suggest you do if you have virtual real estate in location where SI tickets events are happening. Definitely promote those ticket sales. Again, you can click and share, click and copy a link. You can share that on your social media anywhere. And we'll get a feed from SI tickets for metrics based on your virtual real estate once a month. And then we'll be updating your virtual real estate with that sales information and those metrics. Digital clone.
I think he likes to write it every webinar that we have. It's already becoming a thing. Mind going over how to share to get the SWX again? I guess it's it's related to nas.io.
Well, no. So just to be clear, there's a lot of ways to get SWX. One is what Marta said. If you join our nas.io community, scan or just click on the link, give us your WhatsApp, and then invite a friend into the nas.io community and the WhatsApp group. We'll send you SWX. But then also, I'll just do a quick screen share to answer this question as well. So if you can see my screen, if I go into my profile here, and you can, go into, let me see here. There you go. Ooh. So if I go here, this is my dashboard, right? And I can click and I can get SWX right here. So get or exchange SWX. This is the pricing for SWX. SWX, 1,000 SWX is about $50, and 1,000 SWX is the price where you can redeem a plot of land. So just to give you a sense for what 1,000 allows you to do. And then you can also get these on a discount as well. So if you get 5,000 slightly discounted, or 25,000 slightly discounted. So SWX is a great way to do that. And then you can just send an email here to redeem that for properties. And we'll have more and more redemption options to redeem SWX for a variety of things in SuperWorld. And with the launch of Worlds as well, there's going to be the ability for you to interact with other people's worlds using SWX, as well as peer-to-peer commerce using SWX. So we're very excited about that. So I can create a world and sell something to Marta, and she could pay me in SWX, and then I could cash that at XWX out. So there's kind of, what we'll talk about more is there's kind of an internal SWX, but I can also use SWX as a payment mechanism if I buy that SWX, and then she could cash that out. So it's kind of a separate wallet of SWX that can be cashed out, separate wallet of SWX that can be used internally. We'll provide more info on that. Currently, when we, back to TechMental's question, when we launched the metrics for the event tickets sold, that SWX, because that's linked to monetization, he'll be able to cash that out into fiat currency, into US dollars.
Okay, I might wait a few more seconds to see if anybody has a question, to not start closing the session too early.
Any more questions? No, I think we're very comprehensive. We've been doing this now for a number of weeks, so I think a lot of good questions came out. But I think we're slowly answering more and more questions. If you're a repeat guest, invite your friends. This is a great way. If you're a diplomat, you might have a referral link as a diplomat. Use that link, invite your friends to listen to the webinar so they can learn about SuperWorld. And you can also use it a way to, sell virtual real estate as a diplomat in SuperWorld, or get brands involved in other things. So definitely, if you come to several of these, invite your friends into the WhatsApp group as well.
Okay, so I think it's the right moment for us to close. As I'm saying, I do believe that next week we'll have lots of questions, especially from Magma. So it's good if Matt prepares himself some coffee next week, because for us it's almost midnight right now. And yeah, so thank you guys for today. I did see that a lot of people were scanning the QR codes for different topics, so that was also nice to see. And yeah, I hope we gave you some ideas on how you can build your community, and I hope that I will see you guys in our Nest.io community. And I wish you and I wish you a great evening, but there is also a question. So should I just bring it up? I'm telling you, Hrish, every time I start closing, it's already like, a rule. Like when I start closing, we get the question. So yeah, let's just bring it up. Whatever. Okay. We're here for you guys.
Okay, well, SuperWorld participated at Art Basel Miami Beach 2023. Yep, yeah, we've always participated in some way, shape, or form. This time it will be very exciting, because we'll have Worlds and we'll have SuperWorld X. So again, we want to encourage artists and community builders like yourself, Tech Mental, and others to be able to add content into your world, or to build worlds for this event. And so very excited about that, as well as some of the new capabilities that we've launched recently that will kind of further empower those brands and builders for Art Week in Miami.
Okay. I want to laugh because at this point, I don't know if we should be closing already, or still waiting for more questions to come in. Yeah, but Matt is definitely still watching us. He says, I will be there. Would be good to have you there next week. Talking about Magma. Okay, so let's say we give it like 2 more minutes, and then if you guys just have a bit more questions, then we can always answer your questions on Twitter, Telegram, Discord, email, all the spaces that we mentioned today, and also Nest.io and WhatsApp. So yeah, you can always get in contact with us if you guys have any questions, and let's just already wrap it up by now. And yeah, I wish you guys a great time wherever you guys are, and see you next week.
Awesome. And let us know if you have any questions. Reach out to us. We're always available. So if you didn't get to ask anything, just reach out. We're happy to talk to you. See you soon. See you next week.